Everybody, welcome back to the EAFC West Ham career mode, and after a very busy deadline day in January, we're back. And we're back to take on Burnley, who sit in 18th, but the teams at the bottom of the table seem to be quite tough to play against, so I'm not expecting an easy win in this one. There's not really much else to discuss. I've changed a few shirt numbers around, got people set up on training, but yeah, I mean, in terms of transfers, 'cause we didn't actually look at the transfer history. Like, if we have a look at the biggest deals that have happened in this save, it's still Reenders from Man City to Real Madrid for $121 million, which is weird. Marquinhos moved from PSG to Liverpool. Patrick Schick moved from Bayer Leverkusen to Man United. So they've now got two very good strikers in Šeško and Schick up front. Milos Kerkez moved to Atletico Madrid. Eder Militao moved to Bayern Munich on deadline day. And then, yeah, that's the top sort of transfers. If we look at deadline day itself, we'll just go through and see some Premier League transfers that have happened quickly. So Burnley sold Axel Tuanzebe to Eyüpspor in Turkey. Who else have we got here? Vinicius Tobias moved to Marseille. Takai moved from Tottenham to Heidenheim on loan. On loan. Sam Surridge moved to FC Midtjylland. Wow. Crescenzio Somerville, we sold him for £40 million or dollars to Tottenham Hotspur. Soriano moved to us for $6.5 million. Who else have we got? Oh, that's a big one. Antonio Silva, the centre-back, moved to Valencia. That's a good signing for Valencia. Bailey Rice left Rangers and went to Bologna. Josh Quasi went from Southampton to FC20. Diogo Pinto joined Fulham. That's a female league transfer. Nico Riley moved to AC Milan for $11.2 million. Rio, the youngster from Liverpool, moved to Levante online. Neverton did move to Crystal Palace. We got Imlan NDI, which saw Fulkrug go the other way. Eder Militao moved to Bayern Munich. That was a big deal. That was the biggest of the deadline day, I think. What else happened there? What else have we got info? Man City, Rico Lewis, $28.2 million to Dortmund. That's a big deal. Justin Lerma to Brighton and Hove Albion for $3 million. Bernd Leno left Fulham for Athletic Bilbao in an $8 million deal. Lamptey moved from Fiorentina to FC Lorient on loan. Yeah, so some big deals happening. Max Kilman, we know, left to Paris FC. I wonder if that was a replacement for Ilan Kibal, who moved to West Brom. But yeah, some decent deals happening across deadline day across the world. Jonas Hoffman signed for Burnley, so I wonder if we'll see him playing today. I think he's a right back. Is he right back, Hoffman, or is he a central midfielder? I know there's a couple of people with that name that play football. But yeah, so some big deals happening. Grimaldo moved to Atletico Madrid for $48 million. We made Gomes permanent for $5 million. But yeah, some interesting deals. Lyle Foster, the striker, moved to Red Bull Salzburg for $5.9 million from Burnley. But there was some interesting deals going down. So, Axel Disasi moved to Burnley, $19.2 million. We might see him today as well, starting at centre-back. But that was a quick update on the transfers. Obviously, there's still some discussions going on for James Ward-Prowse from PSV as well. But let's get into the Burnley game and see how we get on. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Turf Moor. The players are just reaching on to the pitch, and we'll be going through the lineups very shortly. But it's looking like a strong Burnley team. New signings do feature. It's a strong West Ham lineup, but new signings only make the bench. So going through the teams then, home team Burnley, managed by Scott Parker in a 4-2-3-1 formation. At home at Turf Moor, Dubravka keeps his place in goal. Esteve is partnered by new signing Disasi in centre-back. Hoffman starts in attacking midfield. He is behind Amdouani up front. It's a strong Burnley team, but they're struggling this season. Kyle Walker starts on the bench. West Ham United in a 4-4-1-1 under cultured left foot. It's an unchanged lineup, except for Gomes coming in at left midfield to replace Somerville, who was sold to Tottenham. Xerxes starts up front. On the bench are new signings. I've forgotten who my new signings are. Who have I started on the left? I swear that just said Gomes was on the bench. Have I started? No, Gomes is starting. Yeah. New signings, Soriano and NDI are on the bench, and Hackney returns from injury. He's on the bench as well. So I lost my monologue and then caught up with it towards the end. So away we go. Joshua Zirkzee obviously keeps his place. 2 goals on his debut against Chelsea in the last game. He will be sitting out the next game, though, as we're taking on parent club Man United. And Premier League rules state he's not allowed to play against his parent club. So it will be a start for Piatek, you would imagine, in the next game. But Yeah, on the bench, potentially NDI coming on in this game. We've got Hackney back from injury as well. Soriano could potentially be getting a run out as well, as it's a good start here from Burnley. Hoffman, the new signing, on the ball, turns, gets the ball into Abdouani, and it's Burnley that score first. And if my voice sounds a little bit weird, I've literally just woken up. I've been awake for about half an hour, so yeah, not quite with it today. But his 8th goal of the season for Zeki Abdouani, a good striker, and Burnley take a lead at home. Their fans are delirious. So not the start West Ham wanted, and Cultured Left Foot would have been eyeing up a potential 3 points here to keep them in that race for a European competition for next season, as Diouf does well round the outside, swings in a cross, really good header away from new signing Disassi, and Abdouani with a lovely touch to lay that one off. Cullen on the ball finds Edwards, who's a bit of a speed merchant in this Burnley side. Have to keep an eye on him as Bowen comes forward into Xerxes, holds it up well. Xerxes flicks it in, looking for Bowen. Too much on it, easy for Dubravka. Xerxes gives it off to Gomez on the left-hand side. Made his move permanent in the January transfer window after the sale of Somerville. Gomez swings that into the box, and Dubravka, not the best punch. The rain is really coming down here in Burnley. That's a good header. Jared Bowen on the edge of the area. Bowen! So close it hits the back stanchion. Hoffman turn, does well. Puts it out to Hartman on the left as he comes forward. The cut back is intercepted well by Wan-Bissaka, who's going to go long looking for Xerxes, which isn't a bad idea in these sorts of conditions. The ball is holding up on the ground, so passes have to be hit very firmly. So the aerial route isn't too bad of an option as Edwards comes forward for Burnley. Beats his first attempt of a challenge. Holds off Paqueta again. The want-away West Ham midfielder has been publicly complaining about the lack of transfers that he wanted out of the club. And, well, West Ham said they negotiated, they set a price and no one was willing to pay it. As Hoffman comes forwards, lays that one down the line into Edwards. Cuts it back into Hoffman again, the debutant, looking into Abdouani again. He's got his second. Burnley working it really, really well. It's 2-0 Burnley, 22 minutes gone. Burnley coming forward again. Release Anthony on the left-hand side. It's not the Anthony that used to play for Man United, so don't worry about that. But West Ham steal it and look to break as Gomez comes forward with it. Little step over, trying to draw the defender in, and Diouf with a good overlapping run. Diouf is there. He's got Xerxes in the middle. He's totally unmarked, but the cross is too close to Dubravka. About 5 minutes to go, and Burnley are just stroking the ball around nicely, keeping possession well. Scott Parker's team know at 2-0 up, we've got to do something different, and they've got an easy ride to try and see this one out. Edwards, good twist and turn. Lays it off to Hoffman, who I think has 2 assists on his debut, to be honest. Sone comes forward, out to Edwards, turns, leaves Diouf for dead. Edwards into the box. He's been a bit of a danger man for Burnley, surrounded by West Ham players. He's laid that one back to Son. Very reluctant to put the cross in. He does try. Diouf blocks it well. We've got about a minute to go until half-time. But yeah, West Ham are struggling here away at Burnley. Turf Moor proving to be a bit of a fortress for the Northern English team. Amdouani into Hoffman. Back to Amdouani. Holds it up well, just holding Igor Julai off. Cullen into Fiorentino Luis. Dinks it out wide. And that's a good interception from Gomez. Can just reset. Go back to his goalkeeper. I think we just need to get to half-time and have a rethink. 2-0 Burnley. 2-0 here at Turf Moor then, and Cultured Left Foot not happy with how things are going. A host of substitutions as, well, NDI, as you can see, on the ball, comes in at left midfield. Jared Bowen moves to right midfield, which gives Soriano his debut, who we're going to call Mario, because that's what he's got on the back of his shirt. Annoyingly, he's wearing the number 3 shirt, so I might need to look into changing that one. I thought I sorted them all out. But also, Hackney on, back from injury. He's replacing Potts in central midfield, so a bit more, I don't know, physicality, mobility in there as well. But let's see how we get on as Paqueta is on the ball. Paqueta shoots, deflected, looping, easy for Dubravka. But yeah, we need something different. Interested to see how Iliman NDI and Soriano, or Mario, get on in this midfield. But at the moment, it's West Ham coming forward with Edwards into the box. A couple of little ball rolls trying to tease the defenders into a challenge. The cross comes in, good header from Wan-Bissaka as Hackney then finds Mario. He's surely fouled. There he is. It was a good touch. Hopefully he's not injured on his debut. I think he's just doing that animation where they tell the player to go away. And it is going to be a yellow card for Josh Cullen, the captain of Burnley in this one. And Mario looks like he's all right to continue. But yes, the first substitution then is Hannibal, ex-Man United midfielder, comes on to replace Anthony, who had a good game on the left-hand side. So a bit of a surprising substitution, but Hannibal a bit more of a defensively solid possession-based player rather than running with the ball, which is what Anthony's a bit more famous for. But yeah, West Ham trying to just get some possession, get some chances going. We've not really created very much for Xerxes or people like Paqueta or Bowen. So hopefully with Mario coming on, we can make a bit more of a difference about that, as it looks like Burnley are just happy to play the same way they did in the end of the first half. Just keep the ball and try and be patient, pull West Ham out of position and get some chances for Abdouani, who is on a hat-trick. Good ball from, or good steal from Hackney in the middle, I should say, as he comes forward. Releases Xerxes. Xerxes, little flick to try and create some space. He does find Mario in there. Hackney puts it through to Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen just showed too much of it to Hartman. By the way, that wasn't the skill I was trying to do with Joshua Xerxes, although he's won the ball back in a very good position here. Hackney, again, out to Bowen on this side. Bowen twists and turns, but Hartman again with a really good challenge. Bowen gets back, tackles well, throw into Burnley. It is looking better for West Ham at the moment as Hackney comes forward, tries to find Bowen, but the pass is easily intercepted. Burnley definitely retreating into a much lower block. They're sitting right on their own half as Kyle Walker has come on at right back as well. So a bit more experience and maybe pace to cover NDI on that left-hand side for West Ham, as the next fixture for West Ham, as mentioned before, is Man United. So Joshua Xerxes will be ineligible in that game. So at some point you would imagine there'll be a run out for Piatek here to get some match fitness into his legs. Not played too much. Bowen not having much joy on the right-hand side, is he? Here is Mario. Holds up the ball well. Slips it through into Xerxes. Xerxes in. Xerxes shoots it straight at Dubravka. It's a really poor finish, but good passing from Mario there to slip it round the corner. He really would have expected an assist on debut, but Xerxes missed the chance. Hannibal coming forward down the left-hand side for Burnley. Holds the ball up, does well. Diouf is at there at the back post. It's a really good header away. And Paqueta comes forward with it into NDI. NDI to Mario. Turns, gets away from Fiorentino, trips over his own man, and that's released Mario into a bit of space, and he's put another one in for Xerxes. It's a good save from Dubravka, but he's offside. And with 15 minutes to go, it'll be the last two substitutions for Cultured Left Foot as Jared Bowen and Joshua Xerxes come off to replace by youngster Pontes and striker Piatek. Kyle Walker is pushed up from fullback here for Burnley. The team struggling at the bottom of the table have played really well today, and it goes towards Hoffman. He lays it back to Edwards. Cross comes in. Good header from Todibo. And Lucas Paqueta, who's taken over the captain armband. How is that not a free kick? Fiorentino Perez. Luis obviously won the ball. Fiorentino Perez is the president of Real Madrid. He's definitely not playing for Burnley. As Cullen takes over. Out it goes to Edwards. Edwards turns, gets away from Diouf, puts in another cross. It's another good header from Todibo. Hoffman on the edge, puts it into the area. Hannibal with a shot. Good save and good hands from Hermansen. And we are running out of time. West Ham need something different here. That's not different. That's pretty much the same as our performance all game as Pontes gives it away. Hannibal holds it up well. Back to Hartman into Fiorentino. Luis. Cullen robbed well by Hackney. And Hackney can try and launch a counter-attack as he brings the ball forward. That's not a good pass to Mario. It's not the pass I wanted. As we tick into the final few minutes, Edwards comes forward, avoids the challenge there. Sticks in a cross. Hermansen should claim that one and does. And he's going to look to get West Ham on their way quickly. But it only just gives possession back to Burnley. Desperate stuff now from West Ham. Just trying to get the ball forward, giving it away. As Cullen holds on to the ball, picked up that yellow card, but been very well disciplined since then. As Edwards gets round a lazy, tired tackle from Diouf. And that is probably going to be that. It is. It's 2-0 to 19th place Burnley. That is going to hurt West Ham's European credentials. So that 2-0 loss leaves us 2 points behind the Aston Villa, the team ahead of us. But next up is Man United. I just want to go and check what our schedule was for February, because I forgot to check. So we know we've got Man United next, and then it's Bristol City in the Cup. So we'll do both. We'll do Man United in this episode as well, and then next episode we'll start with Bristol City. We'll sim Bournemouth and see if we can get revenge against Liverpool, who beat us 5-0 in the opening game against them of the season. Not the opening game, but the first game against them in the season. So let's get into the Man United game. We'll be back to go through the intro. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the big game in this weekend. It's West Ham versus Man United, and the Olympic Stadium is looking absolutely glorious for this one. We'll be back to go through the lineups very shortly. Here we are then to go through the lineups. The London Stadium is looking glorious. There's bubbles in the air as the West Ham fans are blowing bubbles, as every home game does. It is looking incredible here at the London Stadium. Jared Bowen captaining the squad. Gomis is dropped as NDIA comes in for his first start as the new signing, and obviously there is no Joshua Zirkzee for West Ham on loan from Man United. So as the formalities are getting completed, West Ham are here off the back of a 2-0 loss to Burnley, which has hurt their pride, and they are looking to get a win under their belts. They line up in their 4-4-1. Hermansen keeps his place in goal. Mavropanos comes in for Igor at the back, and Ndiaye gets his first start for the club. Piatek back in as Joshua Zirkzee is ineligible for this one. Man United lining up in a 5-2-3. Ruben Amorim's favoured formation sticks at the club. Luis Malong, the Mexican, in goal. Martinez, De Ligt and Yoro is the back three. Casemiro captains the squad as Schick starts ahead of Šeško up front. And it is the away team that are going to get us underway as Patrick Schick gives the ball back to Bruno Fernandes, stripped of the captaincy for this season by Ruben Amorim, as Casemiro is the preferred choice for the captain. Not a bad captain to have, I guess. 5 Champions League wins, multiple Brazilian caps, and plenty of trophies for other clubs as well, especially Man United. He's got 2 trophies whilst playing for Man United, Casemiro, which a lot of people forget about, but obviously has been here during the club's worst period probably in their history, as well as we've given the ball away to Patrick Schick at the back. What a save from Hermansen. And we have not shaken off that game against Burnley. We are still not playing our best as Mbuemo swings in the corner. That's a really good header away from Hackney, who's back into the starting lineup today, replacing Potts, as he was deemed fully fit for this game. But hang on, Man United have left themselves open here as Piatek could be in on the counter from the corner. Piatek charges at goal. Piatek shoots. Oh, he's just got his left foot sliced across it, and it goes past the far post. 15 minutes gone and Man United controlling the possession but not really doing much with it. This is probably as adventurous as they've been in this first half after that early chance for Patrick Schick, and Bowen is going to look to counter, and he's got a lot of space to run into here, Bowen. And Schick's looking up ahead of him, trying to give him a run. Holds it up. Piatek just waiting for options. Hackney flicks it on one more to Luis Guilherme. Ball into the box, and Matthias De Ligt is always going to win that header against Jared Bowen. Piatek, some good hold-up play to hold it up. Out to Bowen on it again. Bowen holds it up. Diouf giving him a run forward. Diouf, little dink into the box. De Ligt, really good header again defensively, this time under a bit more pressure from Piatek, as Hackney's going to get this one in a bit of space on the edge of the box. Hackney winds up a big shot. Not a bad effort from the youngster. Azraoui up to Brian Mbuemo. Good turn into the box from Mbuemo. Hermansen with a save, but he can only palm it into the path of Patrick Schick. And Man United's new signing makes it 1-0 to the away team. And West Ham's woes continue into the second half of this season. It's his second goal in his 4th appearance. He looks like he's going to be a good signing for Man United. Wan-Bissaka's got really well forward here against his former club, and he could be in on goal. Wan-Bissaka! Unbelievable goal from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. People will say it's in the stars that old players score against their old club, but that was unbelievable from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Released with a great through ball from Hackney, and he just cut in across the defenders on his weaker left foot, went for full-on power, fires it past Malagon in goal, and that is Aaron Wan-Bissaka's first goal of the season after 26 games. 1-1. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Man United with a throw-in deep in West Ham territory, taken quickly by Cunha into Schick, as he's won the ball back there from Todibo, who's then won it back again, and he can find captain Jared Bowen to try and launch a counter-attack here. Schick's trying to come back and defend him well, and it's a good run from Piatek. Did he stay onside? No, he didn't. The flag goes up a little bit late, but yeah, we're hitting Man United quite well on the counter-attack. Yeah, it's just offside. You can argue it's a good line from Matthias De Ligt. Hackney finds Bowen. There's a lot of space on this side again for Wan-Bissaka, who can put the cross in towards Piatek with a header. What a save from Malachon in goal. And Piatek not getting too much first-team football since Zirkzee has signed. That would have been a good stamp on his ability to warrant a first-team place. Cross comes in. Malagon really good hand, and held it well after Diouf was challenging. And he's desperate to get Man United back underway with the quick roll out to Martinez. Yoro up to Fernandes. Lovely ball over the top to find Brian Mbuemo, and he's done really well, and that is fantastic defending from Jean-Claire Todibo. Happy to clear his lines. Piatek keeps it alive, but he's offside. Casemiro, ball through to Schick. It's really well read by Hermansen. I thought that was going to be 2-1 right on the stroke of half-time. Piatek with a flick on, but can't quite get enough on it for Jared Bowen to run onto. Fernandez into Casemiro. Good 1-2 to bypass the midfield press. Patrick Schick out to Fernandez again. Into Mazraoui. We've not seen too much of NDIA for West Ham. And Mbeumo uses his pace really well. Hermansen, another really good save. Diouf's clearance is blocked. It'll be a goal kick. It won't. It'll be half-time. It's 1-1 here at the London Stadium. So 1-1 at the break. No changes at half-time. And we're hoping to see a bit more of this man in the second half. Iliman Ndiaye has been very quiet on his full debut, although West Ham here are off to an absolutely flying start. Fernandez does really well to get back and defend. And the goalkeeper clears the ball up towards Patrick Schick, who, well, him and Mavropanos just sort of bounced off each other there, but West Ham do end up with the ball. Bowen turns, does really well. He's got space to run into here, Jared Bowen, and De Ligt with a good block. It falls to NDI, who holds it up. Didn't mean to do that, but he's put it in towards Diouf, up towards Piatek, but a good header away as NDI gets on the loose ball. Hackney, that's a shit pass. Excuse my language, by the way, apologies there. Good interception from Diouf, who can stride out from the back with quite a lot of room in front of him. He finds Bowen. Oh, he tried to go back to Diouf, but good interception from Mbeumo. I will say this Man United team working very hard defensively to try and win the ball back when they lose it. Paqueta up to NDI. NDI looks for Bowen. Bowen holds it up. Paqueta with a really good run in front of him. It's Lucas Paqueta! Bottom corner, in off the post. 2-1 United. West Ham United, I should say. And he's once away from the club, but he's still happy to score goals for them. Lucas Paqueta makes it 2-1. And it's been coming much more involved from Bowen and NDIA on that side. And Lucas Paqueta's in on his weaker right foot, but keeper's got no chance from that range. 2-1 to West Ham. Good finish, good goal. Lovely stuff. NDIA comes forward. Man United all out of position here. There's a pass into Jared Bowen. Jared Bowen, oh, the little back heel was meant for Piatek. Not all the way to the edge of the box. It could, in my mind, I had that looking like an absolutely fabulous move. But we are slowly finding our rhythm, although Patrick Dorgu is forward here. Mavropanos has to come over and help from centre-back. Mateus Cunha holds the ball up. Finds Fernandez. Back to Casemiro. Into Mazraoui. Now we know Man United have been a bit of a weak underbelly. When they concede one, they generally concede multiple goals, much like real life. Fernandez has done well to hold the ball there, but Diouf can bring it away. And Paqueta, lovely touch to get round his man. Paqueta looks down the line and sees the run of Piatek. Piatek's done really well, can cut that one infield back towards Paqueta, going for another. It was a right-footed strike, he fancied another goal. An hour gone though, it remains 2-1 and Man United blink first. Dorgu off, he's going to be replaced by Amad Diallo. Bowen picks out Iliman Ndiaye into Piatek, but De Ligt with a good challenge. And Ndiaye is definitely more involved in the second half, but you can tell he needs to get up to speed with his new teammates. He's not quite finding passes and finding his teammates with runs. And Mbeumo, what a first touch that is to take him away from Diouf into Mazraoui. Mazraoui twists and turns, cross in, but it's not the best over the bar. And that'll give West Ham time to make a triple substitution. It's Diouf, it's Diouf off for Skulls. It's that's the change at left back. I'll try and remember what I did now. Bowen moves to right back. Mario comes on in attacking midfield, and yeah, Luis Guilherme has gone off. I can't remember the other one. Oh, Potts came on for Hackney. That's it. Potts on for Hackney in central midfield. Hackney seems like a really good player, has very minimal fitness though, as Skulls straight into the action and tries to feed a ball through. That's picked up well by Iliman Ndiaye. Paqueta, Piatek, really good strength to hold that one up. Oh, tried to go for the thread the needle of a pass into Iliman Ndiaye. Didn't quite work. And yeah, West Ham, I feel like we're on top of this game, but with the pace that Man United have in their strike force, you're never too sure. As Mario puts it in to Piatek. Oh, that could be sure now. 3-1, and it's the first assist of the season for Mario. NDI involved as well, and Piatek gets his 4th goal of the season in 7 games. We've really got a tough choice up front between Xerxes and Piatek. They're both very, very good. But yeah, Mario, it was Ndiaye that won it in the midfield into Mario, round the corner to find Piatek and fires it past the keeper. 3-1. This is the sort of result we needed as a club. Cunha picks out Casemiro on the edge of the box into Schick, flicks it up. Nice little turn and volley. Goes past the post though. Paqueta, yes, Ndiaye's won the ball. It was a really good reverse pass from Paqueta as Piatek's in. Oh, that ball was meant for Ndiaye and it locked onto Skulls, annoyingly. That could have been 4. As we said, Man United are not the most resilient team. Once they concede 1, they generally concede more. And that has come true again in today's game as Patrick Schick turns. In it goes to Casemiro. Out wide to Dalot, came on to replace Mazraoui. Cross comes in. Easy for Mavropanos, who's had a decent game at the back there, as Mario will come forward with this one. Still going, Mario. Waiting for the run of Piatek and eventually does get it. Piatek sensibly, though, just holds up. No, we don't have to rush. And we can be a bit more patient waiting for opportunities as Mario, nearly gets it through to Piatek. And I like the feel of Mario in attacking midfield. He's nimble and quick. His passing needs to be improved. We are working on that in training, but yeah, we'll see. That'll be a yellow card for Lucas Paqueta. He loves a yellow card, doesn't he? I think that's what he got done for there. It's saying to take Piatek off, but we'll leave him on because we've got Xerxes to come back for the next game in the Cup if we need him to. As that's an easy header away from NDIA, but it falls to Diego Dalot. Only 10 minutes to go in this one. Fernandez out wide to Mbuemo. All the way back to Lisandro Martinez. Dalot's there again. Holds on to the ball. Under pressure, Paqueta's won it really well and can find Mario to bring this one away. I'm going to say Martinez got lucky with that challenge because I thought we'd just knocked it out around him. So we're entering the final few minutes of the game and Man United know they need to score now or never because they are 2 goals down and there's not long left in this game. They're determined to keep the ball and still build up from the back as Bruno Fernandes is just desperate to hold on to it, looking for options, and we're closing them down really well. Martinez eventually does go long. It's going to be easy for Wan-Bissaka to win that one though, as Paqueta can turn, hold on to the ball. We're not in a rush like Man United are. Potts picks out Scarles up from left back. There's NDIA into Paqueta. Is it NDI or NDIA? Let me know. Mario holds on to the ball. Just resets it to Scarles. Here is Aaron Wan-Bissaka again. He's going to fancy another opportunity here. Wan-Bissaka, it's a good shot. I mean, to him to score 1 in a game is crazy. To him to score 2 would have been absolutely ridiculous. As Piatek's won that ball high up the pitch, twisting and churning. Martinez wins it back. And that should see us through to the end of the game. Or will it? Because Scarles has won the ball back again at left back. He's having a good game. As Mario's there, holds it up. Finds Potts. Potts looks over the top in towards NDIA. I think that's not going to... Oh, here. Dalot has kept it in. But that will be the full-time whistle. 3-1 West Ham. It's exactly the win we needed to bounce back against that result from Burnley. So a really good win against Man United sees us remain in 8th, but level on points with Aston Villa in 7th. 4 points off Newcastle in that Conference League spot. And only 6 points off Man City in a Europa League spot. So we're really not out of the running for the European places just yet. Nottingham Forest sit top of the Premier League, a point clear of Arsenal and Chelsea, 2 points clear of Liverpool. So that's an interesting title race that's going on in this universe. Sunderland, Leeds and Wolves sit in the relegation zone. It's not looking good for Wolves and Leeds. Sunderland are still in distance of Burnley and Bournemouth. So it's all to play for as we get into the middle of February. We'll be back in the next episode with the game against Bristol City. And then we'll play, I can't remember what I said now. I think we're going to sim Bournemouth and play Liverpool, I think is what we said. Yeah, so we're going to do the Cup game, rotate the team a little bit, see some of the other players we don't see very often. Then we've got Bournemouth, which we'll simulate, and then we'll play Liverpool away from home. I look forward to it. I hope you do too. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you're there, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.